going to take a step back and not look at the bright side of things, but the not so good times. This is the worst fails of the year. We'll do it the same way Mark read off the taboos here. I'll list them off, and then we'll discuss and talk about everything. So, contender number 1, the Rittenhouse trial. But this time, the prosecutor fucks his job. Second one, Clubhouse. Famous app that came out. Big hype to start, but for all the wrong reasons. And we have NBA legend Scottie Pippen. I don't really know what this one is about, and I'm glad I'm going to find out. Yes.
He doesn't deserve to be on that list.
Probably not. This one is going to hit hard to home for one of our Bresh crew members here. The Raiders organization also could have included the Browns organization. Talk about why here in a little bit. And then to round it all off, an individual himself, Javier Baez. He had a questionable move to a questionable team, but we'll get into that. So let's start it off here. Who wants to open up the discussion for who gets worst fail of the year?
I'll start with the Rittenhouse trial. Obviously, we don't have the videos are very extensive. There's 10 to 20 hours of fucking trial footage. You can go through it if you want. Everyone's seen it. There was many moments where the prosecution was told they're doing illegal stuff during the trial. You can't say that. You can't assume that. They even ask at one point, one of the guys who was shot by Rittenhouse, did you point your gun first? He says yes, like an idiot, just lie. Says yes. Did you point your gun first? And then the whole prosecution team basically hangs their head because they know they lost.
They shouldn't lie.
You should have lied. Just lied.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't lie.
Okay, Farley.
Because
like your grandmother didn't lie about where she was during 1942.
Hiding in an attic.
Holy shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Not calling the kettle black here, Farley.
I don't know.
Making an early bid.
That has nothing to do with me.
All right, fair enough, dude.
You know you have nothing when you got to attack my grandmother. But
sometimes lying is necessary, is what I was trying to say. That's all. She did the right thing, I think.
What, lying to me about possibly being in the war?
Farley, look. Plato is one of the smartest men who ever lived. He said it's okay to lie, but truly benefits the cause of people. Cocksucker called it the noble lie. Okay?
It's a noble lie. Clubhouse, man,
That was cool for like a day.
We had fun on it for like 2 nights.
It was fun. It was so great.
Oprah had an interview on it once, and it was big that one day. Yeah.
It was. I feel like
Elon
that thing
Musk
came and
did
left.
something on it.
By the way, Gary V, you're a lying Jew. Like that.
Oh, brother. Whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
That app did not take off like we thought it would. It did not take off. I'm sorry, bro.
Phil's on a hot streak right now.
I'm sorry, Gary. You told the world to invest in that, and that shit crashed, dude.
He's got World War II on the mind right now.
All that app does is give people false power that you can talk when I tell you to talk, or you can get the fuck out of my chat.
Dylan, where were you in 1940s?
Probably, I don't know, somewhere.
Dude, that's because he would join into chats and be like,
92.
I have cocaine addiction, and I can't sleep. I have insomnia, and my fucking lizards try to eat my toes. And they're just like, and you're like, keep me in the chat. Why am I getting kicked out?
Or you join an all blind comedy group chat.
That happened.
Yeah, and you're just like, I can see this chat, you fucks.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good time. They seemed like good people.
Because 2 of them were dating, and I'm like, what do you think she looks like?
Yeah. You were talking to that one black lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't say black, Farley. Took it too far.
I'm ginger, I can.
Mark, what happened with Scottie Pippen? Because that's on the fail of the year.
Scottie Pippen had a rough fucking year. Had what should have been a great year. Because he could have rode that Last Dance rollout in the most beautiful way. Because I felt like all the Last Dance did was made Scottie Pippen look better. Because people were like, oh man, people knew Scottie was good, but I felt like that shed a light on how important he really was to Michael Jordan and to the Bulls and to basketball in general. And people were like, yeah, we got to give Scottie Pippen his flowers. We got to give him his props while we still got him. But he goes all the way the other way and says, I didn't get enough of a spotlight. I was treated like Michael Jordan's sidekick. I was treated like I wasn't a priority. And they just made me look bad the whole time. So he's doing that. He's saying all this shit about Michael Jordan in interviews. He's going on interviews looking like shit. And then there's the whole situation with his ex-wife and Future and getting cucked out by one of the worst rappers in the world. When you're one of the greatest basketball players of all time and your wife is getting her back blown out by a guy who can't rap a lick of English, that's not a good year.
It's a rough year.
So then he's doing all this talking shit about Michael Jordan and the Bulls and everybody not named Scottie Pippen for a book rollout. And the book he wrote is just bashing everybody in his life as well. So yeah, then he just looks like shit in general. Have you seen him on TV?
Yeah.
He's a role model or a hug or something.
He does not look
Scottie
tough.
Pippen's bumming me the fuck out. I fucking love Scottie Pippen.
Big
Shit
L,
hurts.
Big L, what happened with the Raiders organization?
I don't know. It's the Raiders. They made that move to Vegas, which I guess, there's nothing in Oakland anymore. The A's aren't good. They suck.
If Vegas moves a win, don't do that.
Why?
Because Vegas is a fucking great market.
Well, now you're just going to give cheap hookers to Derek Carr so he can throw for 200 yards a game and maybe 2 touchdowns?
He's a happily married man.
Well, then you get
and a winner.
Is it the owner that's ugly as shit? That fucking bolt haircut.
The bowl cut,
He is just an absolute sight to look at. Oh, he's so gross. He's so gross. Like that dude bags chicks, and I sit here just fucking. I'm 10 times better than him. No, it's more about the coaching situation they had with Rudin.
The emails.
Yeah,
the
that
emails.
Racial. Yeah, it's like that was that one owner in the NBA a couple of years ago didn't want black people at his games. Well, that's your league.
Turn. Yeah, that's your league.
There was. I'll clarify a bit because
there was more, way more.
Situation hits home. John Gruden gets shit canned. Not even halfway through a 10-year fucking $100 million contract because the NFL threw him under the bus as the fall guy and released a bunch of sexist and racist emails that, of course, he was the only one in the entire NFL family that's putting any kind of shit like that out, of course. So John Gruden gets shit canned for a bunch of really fucked up emails. And then there's the Henry Ruggs situation, the star first round draft pick who's supposed to be one of the better wide receivers in the league by this point.
That was a crash and burn.
Gets into that was a crash and burn. Gets into that horrible car accident, ends his career. Another guy has an Instagram video out of a bunch of nonsense, gets himself kicked off the team. His career is probably over, catches an assault charge. There's a domestic situation with another player. There's the season itself where every time they look like they're a playoff team, they shit the bed against one of the garbage teams of the league. And I don't know if I'll say this. I know I'm biased, but if they don't make the playoffs this year, then I'm changing my pick for the winner to the Raiders because that's just the icing on the shit cake.
Fair enough. And then the last fail of the year, we got a video for.
Yeah. So, to clarify that while you're pulling the video up, Javier Baez isn't the one who fucked it up. He's the one that caused the fuck up with his brilliant base running.
Right.
It's the Pirates organization.
Anybody that either doesn't play baseball or doesn't understand the basics of baseball, when you play first base and there's a ground ball, all you have to do is get the ball and tag first base, and the guy who hit the ball is out. If you tag the base before he gets there, one of the most basic plays in all of baseball, and these are the greatest baseball players in the world, and this gentleman for the Pirates, who will remain nameless, literally ended his career in one of the most boneheaded plays you'll ever see.
Look at how jogging this guy is.
So instead of just tagging first.
Oh, I remember watching this with you, Mark.
Yeah. Yep.
This actually happened. I remember that.
This is ridiculous.
So
This
just
is
to
hard to watch.
Oh
So
my
I'm just-
God, another fumble.
yeah.
They're laughing at him. They're laughing at him.
So I'm just gonna explain a bit more for the
Yeah.
people that don't completely understand what's going on. So the runner on third is going for a steal. I believe there were 2 outs in that situation. So
Yeah.
that would have ended the inning.
Yeah, there was
2 outs in that situation.
Yeah.
All first baseman had to do was get the ball, tag first base, runner would have been out, run wouldn't have counted. Would have still been a 1-0 game. Okay. Instead, Baez baits him into chasing him down. Runner's able to come and steal home. They score a run. They're back there. Nobody's covering first, so he goes running to first.
Back hits a
Bad
can't
throw.
throw.
Gets a second bad throw. So now instead of ending the inning,
They
the
just
Cubs
got-
are up now 2-0, and Javi's on second. And I don't remember what happened from there. The follow-up is the most brutal part of it. About a week later, if I'm not mistaken, I could have the timeline a little fucked up, but shortly after that play, that first baseman was literally sent to South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
That's a bad fail.
one of the most shining examples of
You just
you
lost
had
your
one
fucking job.
I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
So
Picks.
that- so there's that.
Man.
Picks. We're gonna start with Mark this time.
I want to go with that one just on the sheer fuck up level,
Really bad.
but I'm also emotionally leaning towards Scottie Pippen because he's just ruining his fucking legacy. Like that first baseman could come back and figure things out and have a solid career. Yeah, I'm going with Scottie Pippen because there's no coming back from what he's doing right now. It's just brutal.
Opie?
There's a couple of them. I mean, the Pirates play was just hot garbage. I mean, but it was more depressing. The Raiders organization just made me laugh. Just the whole situation. You know, they were starting the year so great, probably play out, maybe Super Bowl contenders, and then shit hits the fan. But I'm gonna have to give it to the prosecutor of the Rittenhouse case. He just royally fucked it all up.
Yeah, good pick.
Good pick.
Yeah,
Harley?
royally fucked it up.
I'm going with Pippen.
Big
Yeah,
L?
and you don't you lose a wife like that to a guy like that. We gotta reevaluate shit.
And you printed and published a book that like there's no coming back from that. That book is never going to disappear.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's permanent.
It's out there.
His legacy's ruined.
And not yet, but he's
getting
not
there.
doing it any
It's
favors.
tarnished.
It's starting to go downhill quick.
Big L?
Scotty, man.
Well, just looking at him, like,
It's
I'm not
hard.
going to vote for Rittenhouse again because, like, he doesn't
Yeah.
deserve anything anymore in life.
Well, it's not
Maybe-
him.
maybe-
It's just his trial.
Well,
wasn't him.
just Rittenhouse and the trial in general, it just needs to be stoned like the 1800s. Clubhouse is just a waste of time for everyone.
Maybe.
That was a bad fail.
It's just,
Bad fail, Chief.
I'm leaning more towards the Javier Baez one just because, like,
That's
just
rough.
watching that just hurts my inside of
It-
you make how much money and you just, like, at that point, burn the organization. But
yeah, El, you and I both play, so we get the
it
magnitude of that
just
fuck up,
hurts.
to be fair. But yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's vomiting, dude.
It's not as bad as me jogging the ball over the first base and that fat lady.
That was one of the
Oh.
funniest things I've ever seen in my life. That's a story for another day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pippen. Just hearing all this shit because I didn't know what it was. I'm going with Pippen just because that's horrible.
Guys,
How
I
do you
want
let some?
Winner.
I want Pippen on the pod here, boys, and it's not gonna happen now.
What, so we can sit there and shit on Michael Jordan?
Dude, what are you talking about? We have to give him the award somehow.
Fuck it. Pippen. I'm sorry, brother.
We don't want to, but we have to.
We have to. You've been through a lot.
Has
I
to
hope it's a complete opposite year for you in 2022.
Please
I think-
forgive us. Come on the pod.
Just don't drink any more of your mediocre bourbon, right? And start fucking
Opie.
some tens.
Yeah, don't get married again. Just
I know there's a
don't.
dog
Yeah.
there in you. I know there's a dog in you still. I know you pout from time to time. That's well documented. But yeah, we're hoping for a big year, but we have to pick.
Saw
you.
what you did in
That was tough.
94, 95. You can do it.
Exactly. Next, cat.
So are we gonna officially announce the
Well,
winner?
Opie didn't vote.
I thought he did.
I did. Thanks for listening.
Scottie Pippen was the
Yeah.
winner.
Oh.
Scottie Pippen has the worst fail of the year.
Okay.
Was that a unanimous Pippen vote?
Yeah.
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 Our first unanimous.
Was it unan?
Unanimous.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Yeah, unan.
We
Was
just
it-
brushed it off.
Is it the first one or was
Yeah, that was the first one.
I
That was
thought
one we all agreed on.
Damn.
I thought
Scott.
performance of the year was unanimous
No.
as well.
No, Big L, you won. You
I
got
voted
2
for Big
votes of
L.
the 3.
Me and Mark voted for
Yeah, Big L, you got 2 of 3 of the
Came to a
5.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Mm,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Scottie
there hasn't
Pippen.
been a unanimous vote until Pippen. Wait,
Listen-
that's a reward in itself, Pippen. Way to
Yep.
go.
It is a reward.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe
Good job for
2022
Pippen.
starting pretty good off for you, buddy.